Hey, what's up, guys? This is Tad, coming at you with all your latest news. Today we have a very special guest, Ara Weaver. Ara, is there anything you'd like to say to the audience?
Hello, everyone, and thank you for having me.
You are very welcome. Third time's a charm. Anyway, Ara, we have her today because she is a very special guest, as I said, because she is a Bernie supporter, and most of the people we've had before lean to the Republican side, so we like to have different opinions on here, so it's very interesting to have her. Speaking of, hey, Ara, are you feeling the burn?
I am feeling the burn very much so.
And turns out she's not the only one feeling the burn, because Washington, Hawaii, and Alaska, Bernie won by a landslide, so that was interesting. I think it'll be interesting to see how this election plays out. Anyway, first matter of business. My first question to you, is there anything you'd like to say about Bernie?
He's a very impressive candidate so far. He's came from pretty much having nothing to actually having something. I mean, he's gaining momentum. He's somewhat close to Hillary. I mean, she has 700 more delegates than him, but I think with the upcoming states, he does have a very high chance.
Yeah, like California. Which states do you look forward, which states do you think he'll perform best in?
California, I could see. I'm not sure about Wisconsin. I'm not sure about Pennsylvania either, because apparently, according to online polls, Hillary's been ahead in online poll as well as, I believe it was Trump, but then some of them showed Kasich. So that one's pretty confusing, but there's some states out there that he'd have a chance in. Maybe Montana as well, once Montana is up for grabs.
So anyway, you think he only has 1,004 delegates and Hillary has 1,712. Do you think that I mean, you're being very reassuring here, and there's a lot of optimism, but do you think he actually has a good chance of getting the nomination at this point?
Well, it could depend. If a good number of Hillary's superdelegates jump over to him and such, then we could continue to have more hope for him. I still have some hope for him, but at the same time I don't, because Hillary is very close to that mark of gaining the nomination.
Yes, it says here that they need 2,383 for the nomination, and there are still 2,049 available, so really it's anyone's game. I mean, what's your input on this?
I agree with that. With some of the upcoming states as well, if we look at California has a very high amount of delegates available, and once Pennsylvania gets around, Pennsylvania will too. So we'll have to keep an eye on the states with higher delegates for, hopefully, in Bernie's sake. If it goes to Hillary's sake, then my hopes for the Democrats have gone thrown out the window.
Yeah, and I mean, Washington had 101 delegates, and he won there. So that was impressive. Washington had a lot of delegates, and he won there, so that was pretty good.
Very much so.
And California, I believe, has 500 some?
Yes. It's about 549 maybe a little less than that.
So anyway, what do you think Bernie's best shot is? You said about super delegates jumping over. You said these big states coming up. What do you think his best chance at the nomination would be?
Well, it's a matter of votes, but also if Hillary gets bumped out. With the Benghazi emails and the lies regarding them, there's a chance that the FBI could find something very important in her emails, and she could get thrown out of the race and impeached from her position as Senator of New York.
Yeah, I don't believe she is Senator of New York right now, but
I thought she was for a while.
She was, but that ended a while ago, when she became Secretary of State and all the scandals started. So yeah,
my bad.
Obama, he appointed her to be Secretary of State, and I believe that's whenever her term ended. So
my bad.
Anyway, oh, that is completely fine. Anyway, you say about Bernie, if Hillary won, would you support her?
Well, I really don't think I would. I don't trust her, and especially with the Benghazi emails and those kind of being threats to national security, I wouldn't trust her with anything.
Yeah, would you take her over, say, Donald Trump or Ted Cruz?
Yeah, I would take her over those two because they just want to give money back to the millionaires and billionaires and such. Hillary wants to actually somewhat do something for the sake of the country, but at the same time, she's been going to Bernie Sanders rallies and hiding out there in the crowd to see what he's been doing, and now she's taking similar views as what he is to gain more voters.
Yes, it's some dirty campaigning going on this year. Pretty intense.
Very much.
So anyway, who is your favorite Republican then? And
Kasich, because he's not like Cruz and Trump. Trump and Cruz are just fighting against each other about a bunch of nonsense and attacking each other's personal lives and going more for the wealthier. And Kasich, it isn't about all that.
Yeah, so anyway, if it did, is there any chance if it came down to Bernie and Kasich that you'd change your mind to Kasich?
It would depend of where Kasich would lean. If Kasich leaned on more of an independent route than Republican, I would consider. But Bernie, I really like where Bernie's ideals are focused on, and a lot of things that Bernie could do could help out the debt ceiling with it being lowered.
Yes, and Kasich back in 1999, I believe, actually was part of the budget committee, and he actually was part of the people who balanced the budget for that year during Bill Clinton's presidency, so he has some experience with it. It's pretty good for his sake. So, Aura, is there anything you'd like? Is there anything you'd like to say to Bernie supporters before we leave?
Thank you for feeling the burn and continue to be in a strong campaign.
All right, and thank you very much for being here today. This is interesting since we finally have someone who doesn't support Donald Trump or Ted Cruz on the station. So, anyway, guys, if you're listening to this on Spreaker, be sure to check us out on YouTube on Tad the Altinda Discussion. And visit our Facebook page. As always, thank you very much.